The moon is high, the mist is thick, and the entity needs to be satiated. But like, how does that make you feel? Hey guys, I'm Brendan with the Leaderboard, and I hope you're ready to sacrifice some unsuspecting victims to a Lovecraftian hellbeast, because this is what your Dead by Daylight monster main says about you.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you want to become part of the notification squad. Do you like to play mind games? Do you keep a Rubik's Cube on hand and enjoy thinking of alternate solutions to Jeopardy questions that are just as valid as the real ones? Are you a Words with Friends champion for 9 months straight? Congratulations, buddy! You're the doctor. At the risk of stating the obvious, you're kind of the brains of your friend group. They used to leave all the planning to you for group vacay until they discovered that you tend to think a little less of other people's comfort. You've ruined lives! The annoying thing is that you actually are pretty smart, so whenever your friends ask you to help with something, there's a 50-50 chance that you'll give them a good suggestion or that you'll have them, well, end up like the others. That's why people so rarely come to you for your completely sound medical advice. No second opinions required. You don't like to make a big deal about it, but you also know your way around a fuse box. Your Christmas lights are always on point and the whole neighborhood has to know it. Holiday spirit's #1 in your book, but you make it look cool. You like bragging that you've read Nikola Tesla and you're a bit too much into Heath Ledger's Joker. Whenever there's a party on, you know how to make an entrance by placing a hex on the ground weeks ahead of time and appearing when somebody accidentally steps on it. Yahtzee! You're the hag! People don't often give you credit for this, but it takes a lot of careful planning to figure out the exact path that your panic-stricken victims use to flee. And you've done the math. You've crunched those numbers. It all works into your personality. Work hard to play hard. So what if after a long day of killing you're a bit of a party animal? That's your you time. You've earned it. Treat yourself. The downside is that because you stay out late and get up early so often, sometimes basic hygiene falls by the wayside. Like how you forget to shower for like a week. People think that's weird, and like, okay, look... They don't love hanging out with you, but that's okay. You planned ahead and are ready to force them to. Bingo! Yeah, people love that about you. For sure they do, for sure. Sometimes there are nights when you just can't get anyone to come over, no matter how many hexes you placed. On nights like those, you cut your losses, and you enjoy curling up with a good Southern Gothic novel on your weird, ghostly death boat. And hey, if you ever get lonely on those nights, there's always the centuries full of unfortunate falls into the swampy quicksand to keep you company. All the better. They don't talk. Family time is the most important. Look, Stop it. Family time is the most important thing to you. Friends want to hang out? Sorry, you gotta help your cousin cut up some victims. You're Leatherface after all. And don't worry, they'll pay it forward. For helping them out, you get a new face. And you already have quite a collection, let me tell you. Organized by day of the week and everything.
I don't know, something about Dwight's face just screams Thursday for some reason. You know, he looks ready to party, but the weekend's still one day away, man. Yeah, that's Dwight. But I don't know, what do you guys think? For real, be honest.
If there's something people tell you that you should work on, it's maybe to have a lighter touch. People have described you as clumsy before, and well, I mean, you kind of are. You don't do well in antique stores, let's just say that. That's really okay, though. You don't go for that highfalutin stuff anyway. You're about honesty, and honestly, you're not a subtle kind of guy. It's always nice that you're there to give real opinions to people, though. And you're real enough not to lie to a friend if a victim's face just isn't them. Nah, forget antique stores. You're here to crack a brewski, fire up that Texas family barbecue, and mow down some trees. Wait, what did you think the chainsaw was for? You cut wood with a chainsaw, guys. It's just the trees. The trees and every human you see in the void. Look, you're just a simple guy who knows what they like. You just want to live your life and do your thing, which is mostly mowing down victims with a chainsaw. You've done it for a while and you're pretty good at it. You're the hillbilly. But people always compare you to your more popular friend who just happens to share your hobby. But look, like you were doing it first. You were super happy when Leatherface transferred to school. I mean, you guys do have a lot in common. But now he's captain of the football team and everybody's like, oh, hey, you're Leatherface's friend. And it's like, no, man, Leatherface is my friend. And it's like, ugh, it's really annoying. And now you're in that weird place where you're all like, I mean, should I try my hand at something else? But in your heart, you know it just wouldn't be you. And hey, so what if there's two chainsaw guys and one happens to be more popular? You stick to your guns and one day you'll get your time in the limelight. Leatherface is a cool dude and all, but for real, you were here serving the entity first, and hey, it's gotta count for something, right? You live by the philosophy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's some out there that would call you basic. They just don't know that the classics never grow old. What could be more iconic of the boogeyman than Mike Myers in a white mask with a knife. Oldie but a goodie, slashing, you're the shape. Quality matters to you. You're the kind of person who takes the Oscar seriously, but also what won that year at Cannes. You know exactly what wine pairs with what because you spent a week researching it and you desperately want to appear knowledgeable. Once again, this is about quality. No one deserves to spend their life watching subpar movies or consuming subpar grape pairings. Where else does quality matter to you? Music, of course. You have a vinyl collection, mostly film soundtracks. Heck, before you started slashing teens, you actually thought you were gonna be a musician. You were known in high school as the keyboard player in the sickest cover band. Synths are cool, bro! Ah, yes, your high school band. Whenever you're letting that Merlot aerate, you think back fondly on your time with the Shreks. You get it? You get it? It's because of your name. It's a homonym with the actor. All right, that's reaching. I'll think of another one. Austin and the Powers. You're the newest member of the group, maybe a year or two younger than your friends, but you very quickly distinguished yourself by having strange niche interests. Like having maybe a little too much interest in how bacon is made, not in like a PETA kind of way, in like a, I don't know, like a weird way. You're the pig! You used to love the Twilight Zone, but now you're a Black Mirror kind of girl. You absolutely adore hard sci-fi too. Robert Heinlein all day, that's your motto. You're also super into miniatures and models. Anything you can get your hands on and tinker with, really. You're a tactile kind of person. In high school, you were the one that sat at the back of the class and raised your hand as seldom as possible because you were super busy planning the campaign for D&D Thursdays. You're playing Curse of Strahd, it's super important. Weirdly, your teachers barely ever seem to notice that you never participated. That happens to you a lot, actually, where you'll just be crouch walking in a room like normal up to one of your friends, and then all of a sudden, ah! Amanda, stop doing that! That's scary! Announce yourself! Use your words! You've probably dabbled in modding on Steam. Obvi loves escape rooms. Obvi. Just like how the pig is the youngest, you're kind of the elder statesman of this whole entity hangout crew. You're the nightmare. You know, back in my day, we didn't listen to vinyl because it was cool. We did it because otherwise we had to sit in front of the radio and pray. You newfangled kids with your DRM-free madness. Honestly, you don't even know what DRM-free means. But that doesn't mean you can't kick it with the kids. You're hip, you're cool, you know what a dab is. You even like to hang around the elementary school to keep up on the newest fads. This gotten you seriously good at hide and seek, which is also a cool thing that adults definitely do. Look, you also know that hats and fedoras are never not cool. Loves a good sweater and likes sending victims into an even more impossibly scary hellscape. People like to peg you as the hunting one, and yeah, sure, you like to throw a good axe. Who doesn't? But you worry sometimes that when people put you into this box, they're missing out on your other super obvious passion. Interior decorating. Look at this beautiful rustic home away from home, situated in the picturesque Red Forest. Anna's really done a number for this bungalow. It's a beaut. 2 bedrooms, a half bath, and this artisan victim chandelier. She enjoys entertaining, and boy does she have space. Hunting cabin, more like retirement dream home, and all this after eating all those children. Look at this. Sehr schön, Anna. Take a bow, girl. You treat the first day of hunting season like it's a national holiday, and you have single-handedly endangered about 10 different species of animal. You love karaoke night. People probably wouldn't expect it, but you're actually the optimist of Team Harvest Souls to satiate an eldritch horror. You're the Wraith. It's not actually that weird once you think about it. When you were alive as Philippa Jomo, you came to this country with nothing more than a hope and a dream. Why should that change now that you're a nightmarish creature of the alternate beyond, enslaved for all eternity by an unknowable evil? That's right, it shouldn't. Chin up, buddy. You're surprisingly persistent and never turn away from a challenge. When you've got a problem in front of you, you give it everything you've got until you've conquered it. It's a really admirable quality, actually. And don't worry, it's one that people notice. Sure, you haven't finished that novel yet, but 1 page at a time, 1 day at a time. That's the only way anything gets done. Voted most likely to give a pep talk for 4 years running, you love kicking it with your teammates, but sometimes they can get rowdy. That's when you bring out that bell and start ringing. It's more polite than yelling after all, and there's no reason we can't be civil about these things. Sometimes though, being the upbeat can-do one can be a bit stressful, and you just need to disappear for a while. Ain't nothing wrong with a little you-time the Wraith. You know a thing or two about cars, but you don't like to make a big deal out of it. Also because once you're that guy, you're sentenced to changing everybody's oil for the next 10 years, and you know you'd say yes. You played Cowbell in the Shapes band back in the day, and for the record, you wanted to call them the Haunts. Yeah, you know a thing or two about medicine. It's not a huge thing, really, even though everybody treats you like their personal WebMD at all times. Hey, Sally, I have this weird thing on my leg. Is it the plague? Like, go see a doctor, dude. I don't know your medical history, but also to answer your question, yes, that's definitely the plague. Here's the thing, though. Everybody knows you deal with death on a daily basis and have seen horrors that no human should have to endure, but that doesn't mean you can't be funny. You love a good joke. The problem with being in medicine and having killed literally 50 people at the Crotus Pen Asylum is that everybody thinks you're just this downer all the time. Leave the work at work, leave the victims on the hooks, and don't take it home with you. That's your motto, and it served you great. You just gotta blow off steam sometimes, you know? The girls in your book club don't know what you go through. Heck, they don't even know you work in medicine. All they know about you is your vote for the best Nicholas Sparks book and exactly how you would have ended Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. When it comes to showing up at the party, you like popping in unannounced almost as much as the hag does. Hey, yo! Go home, Lisa. Go home. Loves reading romance novels late at night and has a frightening knowledge of young adult fiction. Ships the weird stuff. You'll never find her Tumblr. Are you my mummy? Look, bro, there's not a whole ton you know a whole ton about, but there's one whip smack you know the up, down, on. Gaming. Grab a Matty dude, you're about to pwn some noobs. You're the trapper. You missed the days of the big Xbox controller because your enemy's hands were too small to grip it. Not like your massive finger bricks. They were made for the X-Zone, dude. What do you like better than doing a 360 no-scope headshot? Not much, to be honest, but laying traps is fun. You relish the feeling of a well-laid plan coming to fruition, even if you're not 100% sure what fruition means. You hit the gym 6 days a week and always use the trap bar while listening to trap music, the weird irony of which probably never even occurred to you until right just this moment. You love the beach. You don't miss your chance to shred the gnar or take off your shirt for some classy Insta pics. Definitely prefers Reddit to Facebook. Now, with all that said, it's probably painfully obvious how awesome you are. But there are those out there who would call you a jerk, or most likely to be a griefer. They're not wrong. Well, that about wraps us up for this one. Once again, I'm Brendan, and I hope you enjoyed what your Dead by Daylight monster main says about you. Who do you main? Or if you're a survivor, who's your favorite killer to play against? Don't forget to click that bell icon to become part of the notification squad, and if you like getting more from your game, subscribe to the Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.